So the basic definition of slope is rise over run. Okay. Rise is in the vertical direction, run is in the horizontal direction. It could be positive or negative. It could be going up or going down when I say vertical, and it could be going to the right or left if I'm talking about a horizontal change. So rise over run. We're looking at 2 points here, 4, 9 and 11, 2. Now let's try to find the slope of the line joining these 2 points. So let's look at the slope. Let me draw the line. So if a line passes through these 2 points, what's the slope? So we're looking at rise over run. Now start at any one point. Okay. And remember, we need to find the rise and then the run. Rise is either going up or going down. Run is either going to the right or going to the left. It's a horizontal movement. So let's start at 4, 9. In order to reach the point 11, 2, I need to go down by how many units? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. We go down by 7. When I say go down by 7, it's a negative 7. Okay. And then I need to reach this point 11, 2. So I need to go to the right by how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. And I'm going in the positive direction, so it's a plus 7. Going down is negative. Going to the right is positive. Going to the left is negative. So let's write this down. Right is in the positive direction. Left is in the negative direction. Up is in the positive direction. Down is the negative direction. So starting at the point 4, 9, I go down by 7 units. Then I turn to the right and I reach the point 11, 2 by going right in the positive direction by 7 units. So the rise is negative 7, because it's really not a rise, it's a fall. That's why it's negative, because we're going down. And run is positive because we're going to the right. So negative 7 over positive 7 is negative 1. So that's the slope of the line joining the 2 points. So we have another pair of points. Let's call this A and B. So we're looking at the points A and B, and we're trying to find the slope of the line joining these 2 points. So start at any one point, and then we have to note the rise, which is the movement in either the up or down, which is movement in the vertical direction. You either go up or down. And the movement in the horizontal direction is the run. You either go to the left or to the right. So you can start at any point. Let's just say I start at this point. Negative 10, 3. And my goal is to reach the point negative 7, 10. And I can only move in the horizontal direction or the vertical direction. So I start here. I move to the right by 3 units. So if I move to the right, I'm going in the positive direction and it's in the X direction. So that's the run in the positive direction. And then I go up by 7 units. So to the right by 3 units and up by 7 units. So the rise is the number that goes up in the vertical direction. So the slope m is rise, which is positive 7, over run, which is positive 3. So let's do this in a different way. Let's say I start here. I could even do this. I go up by 7 units to reach positive 10, and then I go right by 3 units. So up by 7 units, right by 3 units. That's the same thing. So the rise is still positive 7, and the run, since I'm going to the right, is still a positive 3. Here's another example. We are trying to find the slope of the line joining these 2 points. So start anywhere. Start with any point. Let's say I start here, which is 3. Is this a 3? Yeah, 3, negative 3. Let's say I go down by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So down by 5. When I go down, it's a negative. We're going in the negative direction, so it's a negative 5. I need to reach the point 2, negative 8. So I go to the left by how many units? Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So that's going to the left. So that's negative 5. So the slope of this line, m, joining these 2 points is rise, which is in the vertical direction. We go down, so it's a negative. And in the horizontal direction, we go to the left. So again, it's a negative 5. Left by 5, down by 5. And that gives you a positive 1. The slope is 1. And remember, that's a negative, not a positive. Negative 2. Now we'll find the general formula for the slope. If we have 2 general points, x1, y1 and x2, y2, if you have subscripts, then that tells you a specific value, which is a specific point on the line. So x1, y1 and x2, y2 are 2 specific points on the line. What's the slope of the line joining these 2 points? So let's look at this. That's x1 and that's y1, and this is x2 and that's y2. We're looking at some numbers, x1, y1 and x2, y2. Now the slope is rise over run. So rise is the difference between these 2, and I'm going to call it y2 minus y1, and the run is the difference between these 2, that is x2 minus x1. And make sure you memorize this formula. It's rise over run. Rise is either up or down. Run is either to the right or to the left in the x direction. So rise over run, it's the change in y over the change in x. And that's the equation of the slope. So if I give you 2 specific points, 3, 2, negative 5, negative 1. If you have to find the slope, you don't have to graph it. Just think of one of these points as x1, y1, the other point as x2, y2. change in y, which is y2 minus y1. Just copy the numbers first. Don't do anything in your head. Just copy the numbers and write it down, because these negative signs can sometimes be confusing. So -1 minus -2, x2 minus x1, take this point first, -5 minus 3, x2 minus x1. So that is -3 over -8, which is 3/8. Suppose I give you points, let's look at another pair of points, -3 comma 1, and another point is -5 comma -3. So find the slope. If there are 2 points, call this x1, y1, call this x2, y2. The slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is y2 minus 3 minus 1, which is y1, over x2, which is -5, minus -3. Be very careful with the signs. So that's -4 over -5 plus 3. Don't do any part of this in your head. Just write down everything. It's easy to make mistakes. If you do half the calculations in your head, just write down everything. 2 negatives make a positive. It's better to have it right in front of you. And that is -4 over -2, which is equal to 2. 2 goes 2 times into 4. So once you have the formula, you don't have to graph the function, or you don't have to graph the points to find the slope of the line joining to the 2 points. Let's do one more example. So we have example 1, example 2, we'll do one more, example 3. Notice that we are not graphing it, we are just using the formula. It's a slope formula. So one of these is x1, y1. And the other one is x2, y2. It doesn't matter which one is which. Just be consistent. And this would be y2 minus y1, the slope, x2 minus x1. So we'll calculate the slope by using the formula. It's change in y over change in x. y2 minus y1 is +4 minus -3. Be careful with the signs. Write down everything. And then you have x2 minus x1 is -2, -2, minus -5. This is why I say write down everything, don't skip any steps. So it's 4 plus 3 over -2 plus 5. 2 negatives make a positive, so that would be 7 over 5 minus 2 is 3. So the slope is 7/3.